Alright, hey guys, welcome back to Little C's Garage. In this video we are going to show you guys how to hook up a 4-way trailer plug. There we go, and my mind went blank. So if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video if you want to. If you want to learn how to hook up a wiring kit for your trailer hitch, we're going to show you how to do that. I know it looks weird today. And here's the kit. It actually came with the hitch that I had just installed. I did not make a video about that because it was very technical. It was very difficult to film. But I will show you how to hook up the kit. It's a plug and play kit. Do a little bit of wiring. My opinion, just about anybody could do this. So if you already have a hitch on your 2015 Jeep Cherokee and the wiring is went to shit, or it doesn't have one on it, or maybe you had the hitch installed and you want to do the wiring yourself to save you some money, we'll show you how to do that. We'll get into it and stick around and see how this goes. Alright, so the kit gives you everything. You two harnesses. This is going to run from the battery straight back. Gives you all the connectors, the fuse box, the heat shrink connectors. The directions, you will be pulling out the left tail light. Everything should hook up back in there. You will probably have to crawl underneath the vehicle to feed the wire from the battery on back here, which is not a big deal. It's still jacked up and up in the air from installing the hitch yesterday. So we're going to get to that, and yeah, let's get some tools and get started. Alright, these are all the tools you're going to need. Need some wire strippers, a T30 socket. I don't have a socket, but we do have the screwdriver. Some wire strippers, probably some crimpers, either a 1/4-inch socket or a nut driver, Phillips screwdriver, 332 drill bit, 10mm socket, and some type of test light, or you could use a trailer if you got a trailer. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out the tail light. It's just two T30 heads. We'll get that pulled out, and then we'll go from there. Trying to do this one-handed. Well, this works. This should kind of pop out. There it goes. Careful, you don't want to break the clips in it. You don't want to scratch paint. So you got a plug in back there. Get that plug in done. Careful, and that is nasty. It'll show you that how much dirt gets stuck up behind stuff. That's gonna drive me nuts. So we'll get that cleaned up. We will get the plug undone. Alright, so you're gonna fish the side with the yellow wire up the bumper, up to the side panel. What I did is I took a piece of spare wire, I dropped it down through there, and we're going to tape it. Tape it to this, and we'll pull it up through there. It's a lot easier. I'm trying to push this up there. It's got quite a bit of room. So voila. And just like that, got the harness up here. Like that, we got the harness up here, the plugs down there, and we'll move on to step 2. Alright, now you got 2 plugs. One's going to go into here, and the other one will go into the taillight. Oh, let's not do that. So you'll find which one plugs into there, plug that in, and then as you can see, same plug. And that one will go into your taillight. Take this one, plug that in, same thing, and now you'll have the one going straight to the taillight. Alright, so basically, once you get the plugged into the passenger side taillight, you're going to have to feed the driver's or the passenger side. After you hook the driver's side up, you're going to feed the passenger side. Let's see if I can show you what I did. Okay, so what I did is I ran it up over the frame rail, inside the bumper, took out these 4 8mm screws so the bumper dropped down a little bit. Just had to get it was a little tight. Ran it all the way over, and it is up over the frame on this side. And we'll do the same thing. We'll drop a wire down from the passenger side and hook it to this, tape it to this wire, and feed it back up there. And we also did the same thing with the flat 4-way wire. And I went ahead and where the bumper had been cut for the hitch, we went ahead and pulled it out there. I don't know how we're going to tie it up yet. We'll get to that in a minute. For now, you get that side pulled up to the other taillight, and we'll do the same thing. Alright, as you can see, we got pulled up through there. Got pulled up through here, got it connected there. That's where the taillight will go into. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that none of your wires are sitting on the exhaust. And then you're also going to have to install this for the ground. You want to make sure you don't drill into nothing that is going to hurt something. Alright, so that's where I put the ground. Comes with the self-tapper. It says to pre-drill hole. I just ran a screw through it. It was a little difficult getting up there. I put it's called a star washer on it. Will help dig into it. I also, you can see, sanded some of the paint out of the way because you need it to be on a bare surface. So if you don't use a star washer, you need to at least grind or sand the paint off. I found a hole up there that I mounted the box to. It did not come with that bolt. I found one on my own. I guess I could have just zip tied it there. I didn't think of that, but I went ahead and put a bolt in it. Now all we gotta do is run a power from the battery back to here. That is probably gonna be the most difficult part. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get the taillights hooked back up, put back in, get everything reinstalled, and then all we gotta do is just run the power from the battery on back to here, and she should be done. Alright, so it's the next day, and we are going to get ready to run the power wire from the battery all the way back to the passenger side taillight. It's not going to the taillight, but the box is right underneath it. I'm going to show you guys how to do that, how to connect it to the battery, how I'm going to run the wire and feed the wire. This is basically everything you got. You got, I don't know how many feet of wire, but plenty. Got your fuse holder, a couple connectors with some heat shrink. They give us a bunch of zip ties. So we're gonna get on that, get the wire ran, and go from there. And excuse the noise, but it's a beautiful day outside. People's outside mowing, and I'm tired of waiting. So we're just gonna deal with the noise a little bit and get into it. Alright, I'm gonna do my best to show you guys this. I got the wire in. Ran it. And this is just a plastic skid plate. See the wires hanging out there, we'll have to run that up to the motor. Had some 10mm nuts and bolts. I did pull a couple out just to make it easier. I ran it goes basically from the rear tire to the front tire. Now we're gonna come around back here. As you can see, it's really hard to see, but it's ran up over the frame. You want to keep it away from the exhaust as much as possible, and we're going to go right here. And this here is just going to get butt connected together with what they give us, and then just find a way to secure it. I'll show you how to make the connection with the butt connectors under the hood. That way it's a little easier to see. I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed. With all butt connected together there, zip tied up out of the way, and we'll get under the hood and we'll hook it to the battery. Alright, now after you get everything ran, you just gotta use a little bit of common sense. You know, you want to run your wire where it's not going to be up against something hot, where it's not going to get pinched on something that's moving in the suspension or the steering or the wheels or anything like that. It gives you plenty of zip ties to secure it somewhere, tie it off. I fed mine up by the back of the brake line, zip tied it to one of the brake lines, ran it around the fuse box. Gonna have it sitting right there for now. Now, you're gonna come over here. You're gonna cut your fuse. Cut your fuse line. You're going to want to strip both sides. And on one end, you're going to put your connector. This is going to go to the battery. Put it in like so. Take your wire crimpers. Put your piece on there. Crimp it. Take the other side. Go get it crimped on there. Come over here. Alright, it's a 10 millimeter. Pick one, whatever one you're comfortable with. I'm gonna put that on there. And we're gonna run this. Make sure the fuse is out of it. Check the wire where you're comfortable with it, the length. Cut it, strip it.
Hey, Dad.
What's up?
Wait, I just want to catch a dog. Dad.
Gotta hold it real steady. You got right here what I'm doing. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Alright, put your wire in there. Crimp this side. Bring it closer. This is a heat shrink. So what you're gonna do is you can use a heat gun, use a lighter. In this case, I'm gonna use a torch lighter. I need you to look through the camera. We're just gonna heat this up until it shrinks.
I'd say it's not invisible.
I'm just gonna heat this up. You still hold. You gotta pay attention, please. You're not even got the camera on what I'm doing. All right, hold it right there. Just on there until you get nice.
Dad, I think we can hold it very well, very long.
All right. All right. And just like that, you got a nice connection. It's heated, it's sealed. Now, you can either leave the fuse out, which is what I'm gonna do, unless if I put a trailer in there, I'll put the fuse in the car. That way if the plug on the back happens to get wet or something, you don't have to worry about it shorting out. Now you can either test this by hooking a trailer to it. We'll go back there in a second. We'll test it with the test light. We'll put the fuse in it. And just secure this somewhere. I'll put it down in here. And I'll secure it, get it out of your way. But you want to kind of make the fuse accessible. And that's all there is to it. A lot of it's just kind of common sense. You know, think about it. If it's somewhere you think it might get pinched, it might get smashed, it might get burnt. Now it is a pretty heavy duty wire they give you. It's a really stiff wire. So we'll get the fuse in it. We'll go in the back. I'll show you how to do it with test light. We'll test the lights and make sure all the plugs are working. Alright, now you can test the plug with the test light. Just gotta make sure you got a good ground. As you can see there. There's our tail lights. I need you to turn the turn signal on. You know how to do that? Alright, now find your left turn, which I think is the yellow. And your green should be the right turn. Alright, flip it all the way up. There's your right turn. And then one of these is brake light. I'm not sure which, but he can't hit the brakes.
There, done.
Alright, and there you have it. We wired up the 4-way trailer lights. So if you would, please subscribe. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Got any comments, questions? Don't hesitate to ask. It's pretty simple for me anyways, but I do this all day long. I am a RV electrician. It's not the highest quality of wire. It's not the highest quality of connections, but I guess it depends on how often you use it. We'll see how long it lasts. I'll keep you guys updated on it. But that being said, thanks for watching the video, especially if you stuck around to the end. Give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you would. It really helps me out. And we'll see you guys in the next video.